It's time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Tropical storm Calvin continues with excessive rain, life-threatening surf in exposed areas, and strong winds. Abundant heat, moisture, and instability is producing life-threatening flash flooding in Kentucky as well as Illinois. Severe storms are possible in the Midwest to the upper Midwest. Dangerous heat stretches across the Southwest into the South. Closer to home, afternoon thunderstorms persist for the mountains and areas west of the Rio Grande. Some relief is in sight as a cool front pushes through the area over the weekend, bringing some bone-chilling highs to only the mid-90s. However, temperatures are expected to return to being hot as hell on Monday. We'll have another look at the weather following this news.
If you notice this flag to my left, it is a thin blue line flag. The blue line in the middle represents our law enforcement. The black above the blue line represents the good in this world. The black below the line represents the evil. From last night's vigil for Alamogordo Police Officer Anthony Ferguson, Rocky Galasini of the Otero County Law Enforcement Appreciation Committee closing the ceremony. When you see an officer having coffee, having lunch, fueling his unit, stop and tell him thank you. Give him a hug or her. Say a prayer with them. Let them know that you care and that you have their back. Tell them that you love them and that you will protect them. Please remember their dedicated support staff and the first responders and firefighters and their families are an important and vital part of these officers' ability to do what they do. The spouses and the families are the glue that hold these officers together, especially in times like this. They are the reason that these men and women in blue are able to face the devil every day. We are a blue blood family. In honor of Officer Anthony Ferguson and his funeral today, City Hall will be closed at noon. Between noon and 5, city services will be limited through the entire Alamogordo community. The funeral for Officer Ferguson will take place today at 2 p.m. at the Tay Special Events Center, 2400 North Scenic Drive. Rest in peace, Officer Anthony Ferguson. The Republican Party of Otero County presents a forum that you're invited to come listen to the facts about the merger between the local hospital and Christus Health. That'll be happening on July 27th at 6 p.m. Enter the fairgrounds entrance and turn left at the conference building. The Alamogordo Art Space presents Joshua Wheeler tomorrow from 6 until 8. This event's going to be open and free to the public. Wheeler is from Alamogordo and is the author of Acid West Essays, a 2019 finalist for the Western Writer Spur Award and the New Mexico Book Award. His essays and features have appeared in the Iowa Review, Southern Review, New York Times, and others. Books will be available for both purchase and signing. The Tularosa Wildcat Cheerleading Squad presents an Indian Taco Dinner on July 28th from 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. at the Tularosa High School cafeteria.
We are going to do a fundraiser for our Wildcat Cheer, both middle school and high school, and it's going to kind of be our big fundraiser for the season. It's good homemade Indian taco dinner. Comes with fry bread, ground beef, pinto beans, lettuce, tomato, and cheese, and a side of homemade salsa.
You're making me hungry.
And then, I know, right? We're looking at $10 a plate. We're going to take walk-in or delivery. We'll also have some tables set up if you want to just eat there, and we'll have drinks for sale and some baked goods. We just ask that for delivery, you have a minimum of 5 orders if it's outside of Tularosa. Coach
Samantha Chavez speaking with KALH. If you have any questions, please contact Coach Chavez at 575-921-8510. Alamogordo Public Schools presents a block party, a night of fun, music, games, and more. Alamogordo Public Schools staff will be available to provide information, answer questions, and help you navigate the new school year. Sports physicals, student hearing and vision screening, backpacks with supplies, and an awesome evening to remember are all promised. If you have any questions, please contact Monica Stebe, the Family Engagement Coordinator, 575-812-6081. Again, that's on July 28th from 4 until 7. Back to school is just around the corner, and school supplies are not getting any cheaper. So Mountain View Church is prepared with the annual Back to School Fest. Pastor Anthony Torres told me all about it.
We're giving away free backpacks, haircut vouchers. We have free food, bounce house.
July 29th from 11 to 2 at 1300 Cuba Avenue. The next day, July 30th, Grace Methodist Church is offering free shoes to students during the first ever Shoe for Students event. Congregation Coordinator Shelley Young told me all about it.
This year we decided that we would provide shoes for any student that can buy.
There's also going to be some free socks at the event as well. It'll take place right off Cuba and 16th on July 30th at 12:30. Kids must be present. Information's available by calling 575-437-7640. Quick reminder that the first day of school for Alamogordo is on August 10th. That's for kindergarten, 6th grade, and 9th grade only. Everyone else joins on August 11th. The first day of school for Tularosa is August 7th. The Alamo Senior Center presents the Dog Days of Summer Dance. I spoke with Brittany.
It is on July 28th from 2 to 5 p.m. Tickets are $10. We're going to have hot dogs and potato salad and watermelon for dessert. And then Lenore from the Songbirds will be having music. And then we're also going to be holding a silent auction during that time as well.
2201 Puerto Rico. Telephone 575-439-4150 for more info. Well, today is Thursday. Let's check in with our good friend Warren Robinson as he brings us a little positivity.
See which one of these principles you need to look into. Principle 1, you shall not worry, for worry is the most unproductive of all human activities. Principle 2, you shall not be fearful, for most of the things we fear never come to pass. Principle 3, you shall not cross bridges before you come to them, for no one yet has succeeded in accomplishing this. Principle 4, you shall face each problem as it comes. You can only handle one at a time anyway. Principle 5, you shall not take problems to bed with you, for they make very poor bedfellows. Principle 6, you shall not borrow other people's problems. They can better care for them than you. Principle 7, you shall not try to relive yesterday for good or evil. It is forever gone. Concentrate on what is happening in your life now and be happy. Principle 8, you shall be a good listener, for only when you listen do you hear ideas different from your own. Principle number 9, you shall count your blessings and never overlook the small ones, for a lot of small blessings add up to a big one. From the publication Dare to Trust, Dare to Hope Again. There is no known author. This is Warren Robinson with the Inspirational Moment.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
AlamogordoTownNews.com is a locally owned website featuring local news matters from a local perspective that affects you, and we bring it to you directly. Plus, local sports, cultural arts, and events. Online, AlamogordoTownNews.com. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County.
Thomas Crosby, 29, previously stationed at Cannon Air Force Base, has been sentenced after pleading guilty to downloading child pornography. Crosby has since been terminated from the Air Force. Crosby was stationed at the base in 2018 when he purchased child pornography from a seller on PayPal. The purchase was flagged by the tech company, and Dropbox sent in a cyber tip line report to the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children. The Federal Bureau of Investigation, as well as the Air Force, interviewed Crosby, who admitted to downloading and viewing the videos. Once investigators looked into Crosby's computers, phones, and other devices, they found more than 4,000 videos of minors engaged in sexually explicit conduct. As disgusting as that is, and it is quite disgusting, this might be worse. In court, Crosby was sentenced to time served. In other words, he only spent 5 days in detention before being sentenced to 15 years of supervised release. He was also ordered to pay $12,000 in restitution
and he has to register as a sex offender. 5 days. The Lovington and Garland Police Department arrested a 1986 murder suspect with the assistance from the FBI. Police said the homicide case recently went cold. The arrest is for the murder of Barbara Villarreal, who died from stab wounds on November 7th of 86. A large kitchen knife was recovered from the scene in Garland, Texas, along with DNA evidence. Police arrested 85-year-old Laborio Canales and charged him federally with the murder. The suspect had just arrived in New Mexico from Mexico to see family on his birthday before being arrested. The suspect was discovered after further findings with surveillance and DNA technology and was found he frequents Lovington. The DNA evidence found at the murder scene was entered into the FBI's CODIS DNA database. Both police departments worked in conjunction to arrest Canales, and he was placed in the Lee County Detention Center. Canales can post a $1 million bond, but he's expected to be extradited to Texas this week. New Mexico State University will hold 10 listening sessions across the state to get input on what the university should look for in the next president. Each listening session will begin at 6 p.m. and can be watched via Zoom. At each meeting, the board announced the university's next top leader will be a president and not a chancellor. NMSU has used the president title throughout most of the school's history. NMSU said it will work with the public opinion company Research and Polling to make sure feedback on the future president is gathered from as many people as possible. The university previously stated that they would hire the executive search firm Whitkeefer to help with the chancellor search process. Former Chancellor Dan Arvizu parted ways with the university earlier this year after leading NMSU for 5 years. Former NMSU President Jay Ghosh was appointed as interim chancellor and will remain in that position while the search for the university's next permanent leader takes place. Details can be found on nmsu.edu/president-search. A tornado warning was issued for San Miguel County yesterday afternoon. A tornado was detected by radar in the east-central portions of the northeastern New Mexico County, around 12 miles northeast of Conchas Dam. As of news deadline, no reports of any injuries or damage was reported. The area affected by the tornado warning has an estimated population of 9. And in closing today, something kind of fun. El Paso Animal Control recovered a small, strange creature from an East El Paso swimming pool yesterday. 2 officers responded to the call. They say the community member noticed the creature, which looked like an alligator swimming in a pool behind a house. The officers used a safety net and caught what was identified as a caiman and got him out of the pool. The little guy is good to go, and by the way, this little guy has razor-like teeth. Weather's coming up in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
The Alamogordo Center of Commerce presents the 3rd annual Tularosa Basin Open Golf Tournament, Saturday, August 26th at Desert Lakes Golf Course, featuring celebrity guest John Carlos. Contact the Center of Commerce today to sponsor our guest speaker, breakfast and lunch, golf handbag, and more. Golfers, call Desert Lakes at 575-439-0290 to secure your spot in the 4-man scramble best ball tournament. See you on the green.
The National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory in effect until tonight at midnight. A heat advisory means that excessive heat will significantly increase the potential for heat-related illnesses, particularly for those who are working or participating in outdoor activities. Drink plenty of fluids, remain in air-conditioned rooms, stay out of the sun, and be sure to check up on relatives and neighbors. Also, reminder, young children and pets should never be left unattended in vehicles under any circumstances. Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for sunny and hot. Mostly clear tonight with a very slight chance for showers and storms. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a very slight chance for showers and storms. Your high today in the basin, 102. Low tonight of 74. High tomorrow, 100 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly sunny skies today with a 30% chance of showers and storms. Partly cloudy tonight with winds gusting as high as 18 miles per hour. Mostly sunny tomorrow with a 30% chance of showers and storms. Your high today for Cloudcroft, 81. Low tonight of 56. High tomorrow, 78 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com, and learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. We've also launched the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, which will feature our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. That concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.